I've never held one of these in my hand before. Ooh, is it going? Am I doing it on the right side? Nope. Okay, take two. I told you, I never held one of these before.
Hi, I'm Rawlston. I'm a professional chef, and this is a $264 lasagna.
Hi, I'm Gabi, a home cook, and these are my $16 lasagna ingredients. Got it!
It's not lamb, but I can make it work.
Oh my god. Wow. Wow, okay. Quite honestly, I don't know exactly what this is.
We'll have to get creative with things.
I'm gonna say it's some sort of leg of something.
So I was planning on making a lamb ragu lasagna with truffles and homemade ricotta. And I had some excellent ingredients to work with. I had a really nice grass-fed leg of lamb, which I was going to use in a smoky lamb ragu. That ragu had tons of great stuff going into it. Red wine and juniper berries.
Are these juniper berries? If I get that right, I'll be very impressed with myself.
Onions, garlic, carrots, bell peppers, anchovies.
Anchovies? Fun.
Crushed tomatoes and tomato paste, tomato sauce, and a little bit of sugar, and a collection of herbs and spices. Smoked paprika, cayenne, chili flakes, bay leaves, and fresh parsley.
This is a big one. Oh my god.
To make my bechamel sauce, I had organic butter, AP flour, whole milk, nutmeg, and pecorino romano. And I was planning to make some fresh homemade ricotta cheese, using whole milk, heavy cream, and lemon juice to combine with eggs and mozzarella. I have freshly made lasagna noodles.
Pre-made pasta sheets. I'm so grateful.
And what's a lamb and truffle lasagna without truffles?
I have never eaten a black truffle fresh in my life.
Not gonna lie, it was gonna be delicious. With Gabi's recipe, I have simple ingredients.
So I was planning on making a vegetarian lasagna.
You're more than likely to find this stuff in your kitchen or your local grocery store. Mozzarella, ricotta, spinach, mushrooms, jarred tomato sauce, fennel seeds, red pepper flakes, basil, eggs, and lasagna noodles. These ingredients may be simpler, but I'm gonna use my chef skills to make them better. If I had to guess, this would probably cost about $18. I was close. I still got it.
I'm thinking that all of this is around $162.50. What? It's $264? Oh my god! Actually, now that I think about it, this is probably $100 alone, and I don't even know what it is. Chef Rawlston's recipe book. Oh, it's lamb, duh. And per usual, just ingredients, no actual instructions at all. I'll be honest, I'm not much of a lamb person.
Lamb for me is my go-to, and where I'm from in the islands, like we cook a lot of lamb, we cook a lot of goat, before we even think of cooking some beef.
I think for me, I'm most nervous about, butchering the lamb leg. So I do have some questions, and I think I know someone who can help me out. Hi, Rose.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. It's so good to see you.
You too. So what are you making today?
Today, we will be making lamb ragu lasagna with truffles and homemade ricotta.
Wow.
Decadent.
That sounds wonderful.
I don't know if you can see it, but this giant piece of lamb.
Wow. That is a big lamb leg. You're gonna totally tackle that thing. I know it. You can grind it, but I think just taking a slab of that meat, removing some of the fat, and then cutting it into chunks about a ½ inch.
Okay.
And then you're gonna go ahead and sear them. They're gonna break down as you cook the whole ragu together, so it's gonna be so delicious. You're gonna do such a good job, I know it.
Thank you, Rose, and thank you for your
fun.
help.
Okay, see you soon.
I think the only way to do this is to get in there. All right, so I'm gonna just start by making an initial cut, and then I'm gonna work my way through it. Go through here. Oh, I wanted to go this way. I went this way. Ah, too late. As I said, never done this before. Well, this is a little bit different than my vegetarian lasagna, may I add. I didn't have to do this with the mushrooms.
So Gabi sent me some portobello mushrooms. Seeing that we didn't have a lot of meat or a lot of things to work with, we can definitely do a lot with what we have. I'm gonna cut it in half and then slice it. A generous amount of oil and salt. Lots of pepper. Between medium and high. It's all about waiting and taking the time. You're looking great.
Okay, so I have my portion of choice.
The key is trim some of the fat, but you're gonna leave some on because you want some of that to melt into the sauce.
Well, there's a pretty nice little fat cap on it. I'm gonna try and take some of that off. This might take a while, I'm no butcher.
So now I'm just gonna turn. One side is pretty ready to go, but you're looking for this type of color here, that golden color. First batch is finished, now we're doing the second batch.
I'm gonna just go ahead and start cutting this into chunks. Okay, There's a lot more work working with me, I'll be honest. I'm sure though that Chef Rawlston has figured out a way to make even the simplest of mushroom and spinach ingredients be very, very interesting. I hope he smoked something.
So the mushrooms are sauteed. Now it's time to add a little smoke. A smoke gun is really just a fan with a, almost like a, I almost said a bong. So we have apple and hickory. I'm gonna do some hickory today. I'm going to put some plastic wrap here. You wanna trap all the smoke inside, right?
All right, I cut out my lamb and it is ready to be ragued.
All right, cool. These mushrooms are still warm, but the smoke is on them. Gonna put them in the fridge so they can cool down and so the smoke can adhere to them even better.
Now it's time to make the ragu. Ragu? All of this is essentially going to be going into the ragu. This is really kind of the basis of the entire dish. Let's get started. I'm gonna season my meat, salt, nothing like freshly ground pepper. I'm gonna do this in 2 batches. This is a lot of lamb. I don't want it crowding. I don't want it touching each other. I want it to have its space. So let that go for a little bit. Wait till I start seeing some color. I'm looking for brown. We'll get there. I'm so impatient when it comes to letting things be hot enough.
So Gabi sent me this jar of tomato sauce, but she also sent me fennel, red pepper flakes, and basil. So I like the fennel.
Okay, we have some browning. See, this is what we want. All that browning is flavor. Flavortown, USA. Copyright Gabrielle Chappelle. Batch 2, done. Nice and brown, looking good. Lamb's done. Ooh, you're really putting me through the hard day's work, Chef Rawlston.
So first, I am going to toast it. It's going to heat it up and release some of the oils that are within the seeds, and then we're gonna blend it. You can use this method with all your spices, all dried spices. It's kind of like you're waking it up.
Time to start working on this side of the counters. I'm gonna start with my onion and actually add a little salt too. Red bell pepper, carrot. I'm gonna let them sweat. And then I'll add my garlic, because I don't wanna burn my garlic. Burnt garlic is icky. There's no burnt garlic in Flavortown, a place that I totally, completely, 100% trademarked by myself.
The fennel seeds are toasted, so now it's time to grind them. The flavor of the fennel will increase. Ah, it smells amazing.
Okay, good, good, good. In goes my garlic. I'm gonna go ahead and add in the tomato paste. Getting that nice and incorporated.
Next, we're gonna make an oil. We're just gonna infuse this pepper into this. And the reason why we're using an oil as well is that this is a vegetarian lasagna and there's not a lot of fat. And now we just wait a little bit.
So here we have our little anchovies, and I'm gonna hold one up. 2021. Everyone started eating more anchovies. Smelling so good already. Wow. I'm gonna let that go for just a second while going ahead and crushing up my juniper berries. This is my little juniper berry. I'm just crushing them. I don't wanna pulverize them completely. I'm gonna make sure those all go in there. Here goes my cayenne pepper, smoked paprika, red pepper flakes, 2 bay leaves. I'm gonna just slap them. Feel like that, maybe that'll release some oils. Who knows? For quality assurance, I should probably try a little bit of this wine before I add it in. See what we're working with here, right? I can open it. It's like child-proof. Let's just take a little. Oh, what a cool color. And it goes. Now we're deglazing. Okay, so now that I'm, officially really deglazed the bottom of the pan, let's get the rest going. Set you aside for later.
All right, so we'll put this to the side to rest, and then sauce time. The oil, and then the fennel. My feeling about jarred sauce, I like it. I grew up on jarred sauce. We're gonna go a little basil crazy here.
Finely chopped tomatoes. I'm being very messy today. Tomato pulp, about half of this goes in. Sugar! Now I'm going to give this a nice generous stir. I also really want to add in all the juice from the pan that it has accumulated from the lamb. Okay, great. Make sure it's all incorporated. And goes my parsley. And look at that, it already looks beautiful. It already looks like a beautiful ragu.
Sauce looks good. Going to taste it. I like it.
And now it's time to make some homemade ricotta. It's been a while since I've opened a milk jug. Not much of a dairy person, and yet here we are. Going in. So there's my milk. Time to put in the heavy cream. And now I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. Heavy cream going in. And then my salt. So now we wait. Since we don't want it to come to a boil per se, I guess I'm gonna just be looking for bubbles. I want that foaminess to start happening. I would love to know the scientific process. I would like if Rose could explain, like, what's happening here.
Cook it till it's frothy. It may boil, but make sure that you're stirring it, because what happens is some of the proteins coagulate on the bottom, and that's how you get brown, yucky, scorched parts.
Yeah.
And you don't want that. Then you're gonna add your lemon juice, and you're gonna let it rest for just a little bit, and then you're gonna warm it on the heat until you get curds forming.
Curds and whey, yeah, curds and whey. So I'm already starting to see some separation. So I'm gonna stop stirring and just kind of let it do its thing.
So Gabi sent me the spinach. She also sent me ricotta cheese. So I'm going to be making spinach infused ricotta. Let's do it, man. I'm going to juice the spinach and then take the juice, infuse it into the ricotta, as well as the remnants from juicing. So you also will get the juice and the pulp.
All right, so I think my curds are ready. I'm gonna go ahead and dump them through the strainer and the cheesecloth and hopefully have a good amount of ricotta. A lot of ricotta.
Okay, so we have about 4 ounces of juice here. And we're gonna infuse it into the ricotta. We're gonna do the egg, right?
Okay, we're gonna make a bechamel.
A bechamel is a really traditional part of a lasagna.
Bechamel! I think I'm gonna go ahead and start by warming up my milk. I remember Rose saying that it should be warm but not boiling or anything like that. Whoop! And it goes. I'm gonna keep that really low because I don't want it boiling and I'm gonna be distracted by my roux. So that's priority.
So the key with this roux is that we do not want any color.
A lot of butter. All right, so in goes my flour and I'm gonna immediately start stirring it vigorously.
I'm gonna break down the mozzarella. For me, I like to cut them in small cubes and I put them all in this bowl. And I'm saving some to go on the top. And then I'm gonna add the beaten egg and most of this juice. That's a beautiful color too. Look at that color.
It's getting kind of liquidy again, which is good, I think. Okay, roux is done. And then I'll go ahead and add in my milk. Oh, woo! This is looking really thick, so that's good. We're getting there. Bechamel.
So I have some of the basil left over. I'm just gonna cut some up really roughly and add it to the ricotta as well.
Now that it's bubbling, I'm gonna go ahead and add in my seasoning. So, you know, a little bit of grated nutmeg. Going to add in some cayenne peppers. Whoop, right in. And last but not least, my pecorino. Cheesy. I don't think we have to go nuts with it as much as I would love to. All right. Ooh, but it's just nice now. This is like a great consistency.
Gabi will know the bechamel is done when it coats the back of the spoon and she can actually coat it and draw her finger through it.
Let's see. If it doesn't close in on itself, that means it's done. It's not done. Or it's done. Ow, it's hot. Ah, it's good, but it's hot. Bechamel's done. Yay.
So this is looking pretty good. Last thing we're gonna do is add some of the rendered pulp from the spinach into the mixture. Okay. And this is our spinach infused ricotta. I bet you didn't see that coming, Gabi.
Okay, so time to make my ricotta mozzarella mixture. Look at that, fresh ricotta. So in it goes. This looks great. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just add in my mozzarella. Then my eggs are gonna go in. I'm gonna zest my lemon now. I'm just going to go ahead and kind of go around the whole outside. And none other than the classic S&P. Pinch of salt. This is a good workout. Whew, so thick.
Time to cook the pasta. So I'm working with the dried pasta, so it's gonna take between 8 to 10 minutes. The fresh ones I sent Gabi will take about maybe like 4 or 5 minutes, the most.
All right, so I have my big pot of boiling water, and I'm going to go ahead and just gently put in a couple at a time and let them cook. I'm gonna be very gentle with it. Ooh, looking good.
I'm gonna put these all in it. I'll spin it around a little bit gently, try to avoid it sticking.
In you go, have fun in the hot tub.
So it's been about 6 minutes. We have about 1.5 minutes left. So we're gonna turn off the flame because the water is still very hot, and so it'll continue to cook the pasta even though the flame is off. I'm gonna pour this in the colander in the back here behind me. I know you won't be able to see it, but it's pretty exciting. Wow, you're missing so much.
These are looking good though. Very excited.
And then now, I'm gonna cool it down in some cold water here. I'm happy with the way these turned out. All right, pasta's done.
Okay. That was definitely the easiest part of the day, I would say.
So it's time to put everything together.
Forces assemble, okay.
But I'm gonna do this a little different today. Instead of layering, I'm going to actually roll these. Each will be rolled individually. The thing about this is that Gabi has to cut her pasta sheets to make it fit into the pan, and I don't have to. I can just roll it, put them in, and it's done.
So first things first, Rose mentioned adding some butter. Is it weird that that smells good, but it does.
First, definitely put a little bit of sauce in the bottom of the pan. This is to avoid sticking. That looks great. I've had this tool since culinary school, actually.
Does it have a name?
No, it doesn't have a name. No, it doesn't have a name. Come on, man. Oh. Spatchy. Spatchy.
I am so happy with how my ragu turned out. I'm gonna just spread this out. So first layer of pasta in. My needles are a tiny bit big for the edges, so we'll see how that turns out, but I think it'll be great.
All right, so I'm gonna do about 2 tablespoons in there. Spread it out. We get a couple of these guys here, and then we start with the rolling. That's the first one, about 10.
Good job, Spatchy.
What are you doing?
Next is my bechamel, which looks great. I'm gonna just spread that out. Ricotta mixture. And then back to our ragu. Nice. You know, it's not meant to be perfect. I'm gonna do my best, but best isn't always perfect. Truffle. I've never held one of these in my hand before.
Truffles are really special. I mean, a little goes a long way, but a lot can get you even further. So use as much as you'd like, Gabi.
Ooh, is it going? Am I doing it on the right side? Nope. Okay, take 2. I told you, I never held one of these before.
We're going into work mode now, assembly line mode.
It smells amazing. I can smell the truffle. It just is like, bam, right up the nose. I love everything about it. I can't wait.
So you'll definitely put the cut side down. That way, when it's cooked, it's sealed. I love the way this is coming out. Looks great. Next step, cheese.
This is gonna be the showstopper. I can't wait to see this all browned on top.
So this is looking good. We're gonna put some foil wrap on here and bake in the oven for 35 minutes covered, and then 10 minutes uncovered.
Last but not least, a little truffle. Just kinda on the top here. All right, I'm going to bring this to the oven and then it's time to plate. Woo! Here we go.
Looks great.
This looks better than I expected. The browning, the bubbling, and these edges, though unintentional, I think really add to the look. Oh yeah, beautiful. Wow. All right, it's time to add a little bit more truffle.
And there you have it. This is my take on Gabi's lasagna.
This is my take on Chef Rawlston's lasagna. This looks so incredible.
For me, it looks great. You can see the green of the ricotta, which I'm happy it turned out pretty well.
This looks so good, but first, I mean, come on. You can't have lasagna without a nice little glass of wine. Nothing goes better with lasagna other than a little bit of lactate. Down the hatch. Rawlston knows what I'm talking about.
Take these bad boys.
Look at that bite. Wow. Mmm. Oh my gosh, wow. The lamb ragu, it's so tender. The creaminess from the ricotta, the mozzarella that's a little more firm, and the ragu itself is just the real star of the show. And the lamb and the truffle go so well together. Oh my God, I feel a little bad for making Chef Rawlston make a portobello and spinach lasagna when this is so good.
Mmm. Taste the saltiness of the cheese and the sauce. The sauce is really good. The sauce so far is my favorite thing. And then you bite into the meatiness of the mushroom, and then the smokiness hits you. It's very delicious. I mean, I think this is one of the best ones I've ever made, to be honest. I really like it. I can't wait to check in with Gabi and see what she's done with my recipe.
Hey,
Gabi, what's up? Did you save me some truffles?
I did. Honestly, at the end, I was like, I feel a little guilty about my whole portobello spinach situation when I got black winter truffles.
I mean, it was great. It turned out well. I mean, it was delicious. Smokiness of the mushrooms.
How are they smoky?
Oh, I smoked them.
Yes, I knew it. I was gonna say, I was like, I bet any money he smoked something.
You know me and smoke gun.
Oh, I love that. Good. That makes me so happy.
Did you save me a slice? At least I can see it.
Yes. Okay, here, let me show you. Look at this.
Oh, wow. Did the pasta swell up on you? Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, you didn't bother to cut it. You kept it that way, which
I like
and I love it. It's like a pie. I wish I would have thought of that.
And it's nice to have a little crunch because the rest of it all is so silky. Like
I mean, that's the best part. Usually, is the crunchy part. I was fine with what you sent me because it made me a little nostalgic. It reminded me of lasagna my mom would make, especially with the spinach and so forth. So that was a wonderful outcome of what you sent me, so I'm grateful for that.
Well, thank you so much. This was so much fun again.
Thank you. Yeah, it was great. It was great seeing you again, Gabi. Be well.
Great seeing you too. Thanks, Chef Rawlston. Bye.
Take care, Gabi.